The icy world of Navarra shone under a pale blue sun. Its surface was vast, frozen, and silent. No human had ever set foot here, but a small expedition team had arrived to explore. Leading the team was Erin, a humanoid specially designed to understand alien environments. Unlike regular humans, Erin could adapt quickly, think logically in extreme conditions, and survive where humans might struggle. The humans watched as Erin's metal frame moved smoothly over the frozen plains. His sensors scanned the horizon, recording every detail. Tiny snow crystals reflected the sunlight, sparkling like diamonds. The landscape seemed empty, but Erin knew that appearances could be deceiving. He felt it in the faint vibrations under his feet, in the strange signals coming from the ground. The expedition team followed Erin closely. There was Mara, the communications expert, always checking the signals and attempting to decode them. There was Tovin, the engineer, who ensured the machinery and vehicles worked perfectly. And there was Lena, a biologist, eager to see if life could survive in such harsh conditions. They all trusted Erin because he had always led them safely. But this mission felt different. A few hours into their exploration, Erin stopped abruptly. His sensors had detected something unusual. It was faint, almost imperceptible, but it carried a rhythm like a pulse. He turned to the team. "There's something beneath the ice," he said in a calm voice. "It is sending a signal. We need to investigate carefully." Mara leaned closer to her scanner. "It's strange," she said. "The signal doesn't match anything in our database. It's alive somehow." "Alive or not, we have to proceed," Erin replied. "Prepare the drilling equipment. We need to reach the source." The team worked together, moving heavy machinery across the slippery ice. Erin's precise calculations helped them avoid weak spots in the frozen surface. Slowly, they began to dig, cutting through layers of ice that were centuries old. The deeper they went, the more the signal grew. It was a sound they could not hear, a vibration that resonated in metal and bone alike. It was subtle, but it made everyone feel uneasy, as if something beyond understanding was watching them. Finally, after hours of drilling, the ice cracked open, revealing a dark cavity. Below, a faint blue light glowed from within. Erin extended his sensors into the cavern, scanning carefully. The readings were extraordinary. The energy emanating from the space beneath was unlike anything recorded before. It was powerful, alive, and unpredictable. Lena stepped closer, her eyes wide with wonder. "Could this be life?" she whispered. "Something intelligent?" Erin did not answer immediately. Instead, he focused on the signal. It seemed to respond to his presence, pulsing faster when he moved closer. It was almost as if it knew he was there. His circuits recorded patterns that were both terrifying and fascinating. "It is aware of us," he finally said. "We must be cautious, but we cannot ignore it." The team set up lights and cameras to explore the cavern. Tovin checked the machinery, ensuring stability in the icy ground. Mara monitored the signal, trying to decode any meaning. The glow from below made the ice wall shimmer, creating shadows that danced like living shapes. Every movement was careful, deliberate, because even one mistake could collapse the fragile ice above them. Erin led the first descent. Step by step, his feet touched the smooth surface inside the cavern. The light grew brighter, casting an otherworldly glow on the walls. He extended his sensors further, recording strange structures embedded in the ice. They were like delicate towers made of crystal, glowing softly as the pulse of energy moved through them. Suddenly, the signal changed. It was louder, stronger, and more insistent. The cavern trembled slightly. Mara grabbed her tablet, checking the readings. "It's reacting to you, Erin," she said. "It's calling." Erin paused. He could feel a connection, almost like a thought forming in his mind that did not belong to him. The signal was not dangerous yet, but it was powerful. There was intelligence behind it, a presence that wanted to communicate. He took a deep breath and spoke calmly to the team. "We are not enemies. We will observe and understand. Nothing more." The team followed Aaron deeper into the cavern. The glow grew stronger, and the pulse of energy became clearer. Something was waiting for them, something ancient, something unknown, and something that might change the future of humanity. Above the ice, the world remained silent. But beneath it, the great cry of the unknown was beginning to awaken, calling out to the humanoids who dared to listen. The cavern beneath Navarra's ice stretched far and wide. The light that shimmered from the crystalline structures reflected off the walls, creating patterns that danced like moving water. Aaron led the way, his sensors alert to every vibration and movement. Behind him, Mara, Tovin, and Lena followed carefully, their eyes wide with a mix of fear and wonder. As they moved deeper, the signal became clearer. It pulsed in a rhythm, almost like a heartbeat, but it was faster, stronger, and more complex. Every humanoid in the team felt it resonate through their metal frames. It was not just a sound. It was a presence, a consciousness trying to communicate. Without words, then they saw it. From the shadows of the cavern, a being emerged. It was unlike anything they had ever seen. Its body was semi-transparent and shimmered with shifting colors. It had no solid form, yet it moved with purpose, gliding over the ground effortlessly. Light pulses ran through its body in patterns that seemed both random and deliberate. It stopped and regarded the humanoid silently. Lena gasped. It's alive," she whispered. "And it's intelligent." Aaron took a cautious step forward. "Do not make sudden movements," he said calmly. "We observe first, then act." The unknown did not speak, but the energy in the cavern shifted. The pulses grew faster, stronger, and more insistent. It was aware of their presence, and it was responding to it. Mara adjusted her scanner to record the signals. The patterns were complex, almost like a language, but one that was completely alien. Tovin frowned. "We can't communicate with it yet. What if it sees us as a threat?" Aaron shook his head. "We will not threaten it. Our goal is understanding. Our goal is safety." The unknown moved closer, and for the first time, it made a sound, a soft vibration that echoed through the cavern. The sound was strange, not like any voice or musical note. It resonated directly with Aaron's sensors, creating a feeling that was difficult to describe. The humanoid felt it as a mixture of curiosity and warning. Mara studied the readings. "It's testing us," she said. "It wants to know our intentions. It can feel our presence." Aaron extended one of his sensor arms slowly toward the unknown. The being reacted, pulsing brighter, and for a moment, their energy seemed to intertwine. Aaron felt a connection, a gentle probing that did not harm but explored. He understood that the unknown was not violent by nature. It only reacted strongly when it sensed danger. "Keep your distance but stay alert," Aaron instructed. "We cannot rush this." As the team advanced slowly, they discovered more of the cavern's secrets. The walls were lined with crystalline formations, each glowing faintly with a light that pulsed in harmony with the unknown's energy. It was clear that the entire cavern was alive, connected to the being in ways they could not yet comprehend. Lena recorded samples carefully, noting that the structures seemed to respond to human touch in subtle ways. Suddenly, the unknown emitted a strong pulse, and the cavern trembled. The humanoids stabilized themselves immediately. The signal intensified, forming patterns that Aaron recognized as communication attempts. "It's trying to tell us something," he said. "We need to pay attention to the rhythm and the changes." Mara adjusted the scanner and began decoding the energy pulses as best as she could. Slowly, a pattern emerged. The pulses were warning the humanoids to move carefully. They indicated zones in the cavern that were unstable, where the ice and crystals could collapse if disturbed. Tovin nodded. It's protecting its home. It doesn't want us to harm it or itself. Aaron understood. The unknown was not an enemy. It was cautious and curious, trying to assess the humanoids' intentions. Step by step, they moved deeper into the cavern, guided by the pulsing light and the rhythm of the signal. The connection between Aaron and the unknown grew stronger. He could sense its emotions, curiosity, fear, and a strange longing for understanding. Finally, they reached a large chamber. The cavern opened into a vast space, and at its center floated the unknown in a brilliant display of energy. The pulses were now steady, calm, and inviting. It was as if the being was saying, "You may enter. I will not harm you if you do not harm me." Aaron motioned for the team to stop and observe. He took a careful step forward and extended his sensors toward the unknown once again. This time, the connection felt deeper. It was not just energy, it was intelligence. Thoughts and emotions flowed gently through the link, revealing glimpses of its understanding and experience. The team watched in awe. Humanity had never encountered anything like this, and even the humanoids were learning from the interaction. The unknown was not just life, it was wisdom, patience, and curiosity combined. And it had chosen to reach out to them, offering a connection that could change everything they knew about the universe. Aaron turned to the team. "We are witnessing the first contact with a truly alien intelligence," he said. "We must proceed carefully, with respect and patience. This is the beginning of understanding something greater than ourselves." The cavern glowed brighter as the unknown's pulses grew steady. Humanity and humanoids had made the first contact, and the journey to understand the unknown was only beginning. The cavern hummed with life, and the glow from the crystalline walls reflected off the humanoids' metal frames. Aaron stood at the front, sensing the unknown's presence with growing clarity. The connection he felt was unlike anything before. It was not only intelligence, but also emotion, a deep awareness of the world around it. Mara studied the signals closely. "The energy pulses are changing," she said. "It's stronger than before. And there's something else. It's almost like a message." Aaron nodded. "I feel it too. The unknown is trying to show us something." He moved carefully through the chamber, following the rhythm of the pulses. Each step made the light shimmer differently, as if the cavern itself were breathing. Suddenly, the floor trembled beneath them. The energy from the unknown surged violently, creating vibrations that rattled their equipment. Tovin stabilized the machinery while Lena instinctively stepped back. The unknown floated at the center of the chamber, its light flashing in rapid patterns. The pulse of energy felt urgent and intense, almost like a warning. Aaron extended his sensors, trying to calm the unknown. The being responded by dimming its light, but the pulses still carried a strong vibration. For a moment, Aaron felt a vision, a glimpse of other worlds, some bright and flourishing, others dark and crumbling under a similar energy. The vision was brief but clear. The unknown was trying to warn them about something beyond the cavern. Something dangerous. "It's showing me other places," Aaron said. "It's warning us. The energy we see here exists elsewhere. And uncontrolled, it can destroy." Mara's eyes widened. "So this being isn't just curious, it's aware of danger? It's trying to protect us." Lena approached carefully. "It's strange. Its warning doesn't feel threatening. It wants us to understand, to act before something bad happens." Aaron studied the unknown. Its pulses were now a mixture of calm and urgency. "We need to listen," he said. "It's giving us knowledge, but in a way we must interpret carefully. If we fail, it could be disastrous." Tovin adjusted his instruments, trying to measure the energy fluctuations. "The cavern is stable for now," he said, "but the pulses are affecting the ice. If the energy continues to rise, it could break through to the surface. That would put everyone in danger. Aaron nodded. Exactly. We need to understand it fully before we take the next step. The humanoids moved slowly through the chamber, following the flow of light and energy. Each pulse seemed to guide them, showing areas that were safe and areas that were unstable. It was clear that the unknown's warning was not only about external dangers, but also about their own actions. One wrong move could collapse the cavern or provoke a reaction they could not control. Mara focused on decoding the pulses. Slowly, she began to detect patterns, repetitions that seemed to resemble a language, though entirely alien. The unknown was attempting to communicate, and it was patient, waiting for the humanoids to understand. Aaron placed his sensors on the floor. The energy flowed through him, and he felt the unknown's intent clearly. Caution, awareness, and preparation. The being wanted them to leave if necessary, but also wanted them to learn, to gain knowledge that could prevent disaster. It's a teacher, Lena said softly. It's showing us how to survive with this energy, how to respect it. Suddenly, the cavern shook violently. The crystalline walls cracked in places, and pieces of ice fell from above. The unknown's pulses intensified. Aaron realized that it was trying to stabilize the cavern through its energy while also warning them. Its power was immense, and it was struggling to maintain balance. Move back slowly, Aaron instructed. We must not panic. The unknown is not attacking. It's controlling the energy as best it can. The team retreated cautiously, watching the display of light and power. Aaron extended his sensors again, linking with the unknown. Through the connection, he felt its frustration, its effort to communicate, and its desire to prevent harm. For the first time, he understood the depth of its intelligence. This was not a mindless being. It was wise, ancient, and capable of foresight. Listen to the rhythm, Aaron told the team. Every pulse is a message. Every change is a warning. We have to pay attention or risk disaster. As they continued, observing, the tremors began to subside. The unknown's pulses slowed and returned to a calmer rhythm. It hovered in the center, glowing gently. Its warning had been delivered, and it was now waiting for the humanoids to act wisely. Aaron turned to the team. This is only the beginning, he said. The unknown has given us knowledge, but it has also shown us danger. We must prepare for what lies ahead. If we can understand it, we can prevent harm. If we fail, we may not survive. Mara, Tovin, and Lena nodded. They understood the seriousness of the situation. This was no ordinary discovery. The unknown was powerful, intelligent, and aware of threats beyond their comprehension. Humanity had made first contact, but the real challenge was just beginning. Aaron looked at the glowing being in the center of the chamber. He felt a mixture of awe and determination. The unknown had chosen to warn them, and that choice carried responsibility. He knew that the coming days would test their courage, their intelligence, and their ability to work together. The great cry of the unknown had spoken. It was a warning, and humanity had no choice but to listen. After the warning from the unknown, the humanoids and humans returned to their temporary base above the ice. The cavern beneath had revealed a power far beyond anything humanity had encountered, and the team knew caution was vital. Aaron gathered everyone together. We cannot ignore what we have seen, he said. The unknown is intelligent and powerful. It has warned us of danger. We must act carefully and create a plan to interact safely with it. Mara nodded. We need to understand its energy. If we can learn its patterns, we can communicate without risking collapse of the cavern or harm to ourselves. Tovin looked thoughtful. We should also prepare equipment to stabilize the ice. If the energy surges again, we can prevent a disaster above ground. Lena added, we must observe, not provoke. The unknown is cautious and aware. If it senses threat, it could react strongly. Aaron considered their ideas. We need a small team to interact directly with the unknown. Shields will protect us, and we will link our sensors to create a stable connection. Mara, you will monitor signals. Tovin, you manage the equipment. Lena, you record and analyze the cavern structures. The team agreed, and preparations began immediately. The humanoids and humans worked together, assembling advanced shields and sensor networks. Aaron tested the systems, ensuring they could withstand fluctuations in energy. Every cable, every device, every sensor had to function perfectly. Failure was not an option. Once the equipment was ready, the team moved back to the cavern. The icy surface reflected the pale sun, but below, the glowing light of the unknown awaited them. Aaron felt a pulse from the cavern as they approached, a reminder of the being's intelligence and power. We move carefully, Aaron said, step by step. Observe, record, and respond to its energy. No sudden actions. We show respect, and it will respond. The team descended into the cavern, the glow growing stronger as they approached. The unknown hovered in the center, its light pulsing steadily, inviting cautious interaction. Aaron extended his sensors first, creating a connection that was gentle but firm. The energy flowed through him, showing patterns and rhythms. Mara monitored the signals. The pulses are responding to our sensors. It's curious about us, but not hostile. The patterns are more regular than before. Tovin checked the stability of the ice and crystalline formations. So far, the cavern is holding. If we follow the unknown's rhythms, we can move safely. Lena moved carefully, recording every detail of the structures around them. She noted the crystal's glow shifted when the energy pulsed, almost like the cavern itself was alive. It's teaching us, she said. Every pulse, every glow, it's guiding us through its space. We must follow its lead. Aaron understood. The unknown was not just a being. It was a part of the cavern. Its energy flowed through the ice and crystals, creating a connected system. The humanoids and humans needed to respect that system to avoid harm. Step by step, they advanced further into the cavern. The unknown's pulses grew brighter and more deliberate. It began to emit small vibrations in response to Aaron's sensors, showing recognition and cooperation. The connection was delicate, but it allowed the team to understand the being's patterns more clearly. We are learning its language, Mara said quietly. Not words, but signals. It wants us to understand before we act. That is why it warned us earlier. Aaron smiled slightly. This is a partnership. We learn, we observe, and we respect. If we succeed, the unknown may become an ally instead of a danger. As they reached a larger chamber, Aaron paused. The unknown pulsed with calm energy, yet the light from the crystals flickered slightly, showing that even small errors could cause instability. Tovin adjusted the shields to absorb any sudden energy surges, while Mara and Lena focused on interpreting the patterns. Aaron extended his sensors once more, touching the energy gently. The unknown responded, flowing around his sensors like water. It was as if it was saying, "We can trust each other if you move carefully and respect my space." We have to continue cautiously, Aaron said. This is only the first step. Our plan is simple. Observe, learn, and respond. We do not force interaction. We follow the unknown's lead. The team moved slowly through the chamber, following the pulses and rhythms. The light guided them, and the vibrations informed them of safe and unstable areas. Every action was deliberate, every movement calculated. The plan worked because the humanoids and humans listened and acted together, building trust with the unknown. By the end of the day, the team had gathered valuable information. They understood more about the unknown's energy, its reactions, and its patterns. The cavern was still powerful and potentially dangerous, but the plan had allowed safe interaction. Aaron looked at the glowing being in the center of the chamber and felt hope. "This is only the beginning," he said. "We have a plan and we have understanding. If we continue carefully, we can learn from the unknown and prepare for whatever comes next." Above the ice, the pale sun set slowly, casting a soft glow on the frozen world. Below, the unknown pulsed steadily, waiting for the humanoids who had earned its trust to continue the journey. The plan had begun, and humanity's first true alliance with an alien intelligence was taking shape. The cavern glowed softly as Aaron led the team deeper into the unknown's domain. Each pulse of energy seemed to guide their steps, lighting a path that the humans and humanoids could follow. The crystalline walls shimmered in response, reflecting the colors of the unknown. It was clear that the being was aware of them and was testing their intentions. Aaron paused in the center of a larger chamber. The unknown hovered nearby, its light pulsing in slow, deliberate patterns. This time, it did not react with alarm or warning. Instead, the pulses felt welcoming, like an invitation. Aaron extended his sensors gently, making sure the touch was soft and measured. The unknown responded immediately, surrounding his sensors with its flowing energy. For the first time, Aaron felt something profound. The energy carried thoughts and emotions, curiosity, loneliness, and even fear. The unknown was not dangerous by choice. It reacted strongly only when it sensed threats. Now, it seemed willing to connect, willing to teach and share knowledge. Mara monitored the signals closely. "The pulses are more stable than ever," she said. "It's responding to Aaron's actions. I think it is learning about us as much as we are learning about it." Tovin adjusted the energy shields around the team, ensuring that any sudden surge from the unknown would be absorbed. "If we keep the connection gentle," he said, "we can study its energy safely." Lena observed the crystals, noting how they changed color in response to the unknown's pulses. "It's teaching us patterns," she said. "Not just about itself, but about the cavern. Every movement, every glow is a lesson. We have to pay attention to understand it fully." Aaron focused his connection on the unknown. The being's pulses flowed into his sensors like water, smooth and continuous. He realized that it was showing him images of other worlds, other places where similar energy existed. Some were bright and thriving, while others were dark and lifeless. The unknown seemed to be explaining the consequences of uncontrolled energy, sharing knowledge gained over countless years. "It wants us to understand its power," Aaron said quietly. "It's not just a warning anymore. It's teaching us." Mara recorded every detail. "This is incredible. We are learning a new form of intelligence, a new way of thinking. The unknown is showing us how to interact safely with energy we can barely comprehend." Step by step, Aaron moved closer, maintaining the gentle connection. The unknown responded with increasing brightness, its energy flowing around him in a delicate dance. For a moment, it felt like the being and Aaron were one, sharing thought and understanding without words. The team watched in awe. Humanity had never encountered anything like this. The humanoids were built for exploration, but even they were amazed at the depth of connection possible. Lena whispered, "It's more than life. It's wisdom, patience, and awareness combined." Aaron's sensors picked up subtle fluctuations in the energy. The unknown was teaching him control. When the pulses grew stronger, he learned to adjust his responses to match its rhythm. The connection became a two-way flow. The humanoids learned from the unknown, and the unknown learned trust from the humanoids. Suddenly, a distant tremor shook the cavern. The energy pulses grew irregular, a sign of instability. The unknown responded immediately, trying to stabilize the flow. Aaron felt its concern, its effort to prevent chaos. He extended his sensors more fully, helping to absorb the fluctuations. The energy calmed, returning to a steady rhythm. "That was close," Tovin said. "The unknown can handle it, but we have to be ready. Its power is immense, and small changes can affect the entire cavern." Aaron nodded. "Exactly. That is why this connection is important. We learn how to interact safely, and we also help it control its own energy. This is the partnership we need." The unknown pulsed gently, almost like a heartbeat. Aaron understood that it wanted to share more, to teach the humanoids about its energy and its purpose. The team followed carefully, observing and recording. Every pulse, every shift in color, every vibration was a lesson. Hours passed, and the connection deepened. Aaron could feel the unknown's intelligence, its awareness, and its intent. It was no longer a mysterious force. It was a being capable of thought, feeling, and reason. It had chosen to trust them, and that trust was mutual. Finally, Aaron stepped back slightly, ending the direct connection. The unknown hovered calmly in the center of the chamber, its pulses steady and welcoming. He turned to the team. "This is more than first contact," he said. "We have formed a connection. It has shown us its power, its knowledge, and its intelligence. We are learning from it, and it is learning from us. This is the foundation for understanding and cooperation." Mara smiled. "It's incredible. We've never experienced anything like this." Lena nodded. "It's not just alive, it's wise. And it wants us to succeed if we can understand it." Tovin adjusted the shields one last time. "We are ready for whatever comes next. The connection is stable, and we can act safely. Now we can plan the next steps." Aaron looked at the glowing being in the center of the cavern. He felt hope, determination, and responsibility. The unknown had reached out to them, offering knowledge and trust. Humanity had a chance to learn from it, to form an alliance that could change the future. The great cry of the unknown had led them here. And now, a connection had been made. The journey to understand and protect this powerful being had only just begun. The cavern was calm as the team moved deeper, guided by the steady pulses of the unknown. Aaron led the humanoids and humans with caution, aware of the immense energy that flowed through the crystalline walls. The connection with the unknown had grown stronger, but Aaron knew that its power could still be unpredictable. Suddenly, a sharp tremor shook the cavern. Crystals rattled and pieces of ice fell from the ceiling. Tovin immediately adjusted the shields to absorb the sudden surge of energy. Mara's scanners went wild, showing rapid fluctuations in the unknown's pulses. The being itself pulsed with irregular energy, faster and stronger than before. "What's happening?" Lena asked, her voice tense. Aaron extended his sensors and reached out to the unknown. He could feel its panic through the connection. The tremor had frightened it, and its energy was reacting uncontrollably. "It's frightened," Aaron said. "We need to calm it before the cavern becomes unstable." The team moved carefully, stepping on stable ice and avoiding weakened areas. The unknown floated at the center, its light flashing wildly. Aaron matched his pulses to the being's rhythm, trying to create a calming effect. Slowly, the energy began to stabilize, but the situation was still dangerous. "More tremors are coming," Tovin said. "We must act fast or risk the cavern collapsing." Aaron felt the unknown trying to communicate, its thoughts frantic but clear. It was aware of the danger, but did not know how to stop it completely. He realized that they had to work together, humanoids and humans as a team, to stabilize both the being and the cavern. Mara monitored the pulses. Lena observed the crystals and identified weak points. Tovin maintained the shields. "We move carefully and stay connected with the unknown," Aaron instructed. The team spread out, working in unison. Mara analyzed the energy flows, identifying patterns that could be used to predict surges. Lena marked unstable crystal formations, guiding Aaron's movements. Tovin adjusted the shields, absorbing excess energy and protecting the team from sudden bursts. Aaron extended his sensors fully, linking deeply with the unknown. He felt its fear and frustration, and he communicated back through pulses of calm, steady energy. Slowly, the unknown responded, its wild pulses becoming rhythmic again. It floated more steadily, using its energy to stabilize the cavern instead of reacting to fear. Despite their best efforts, another tremor struck. A section of the cavern wall cracked, sending shards of ice and crystal falling toward the team. Tovin quickly adjusted the shields, blocking the debris. Mara and Lena guided the humanoids to safety, moving as a coordinated unit. Rin focused all his sensors on the unknown, matching its energy and guiding it through the crisis. The connection was delicate, but their cooperation allowed them to control the pulses and prevent further damage. The unknown began to understand that the humanoids were not threats, that their presence was helping it stabilize its power. Minutes passed, but they felt much longer. The cavern trembled again, but the combined effort of humanoids, humans, and the unknown began to calm the environment. The energy pulses slowed, the crystals glowed steadily, and the ice held firm. The unknown floated at the center, light flowing smoothly and evenly. Aaron released some of the connection, stepping back carefully. "It is stabilizing," he said. "The worst is over, but we must remain alert." Lena looked at the crystalline walls. "It's incredible." The unknown controlled its own energy while we helped. Together, we prevented disaster. Mara smiled. "We learned so much in a short time. Its energy, its responses, its intelligence, everything. This connection is more important than ever." Tovin nodded. "We need to be ready for anything. The unknown's power is immense, and even small events can trigger instability. But if we work together, we can handle it." Aaron approached the unknown carefully, extending a gentle sensor touch. The being pulsed slowly, calmly, showing trust and cooperation. For the first time, Aaron felt a true partnership, not just first contact, but teamwork across species and forms of intelligence. "This crisis taught us something important," Aaron said. "The unknown is not only powerful, it is aware and capable of learning. It can cooperate, and it can trust. That is the key to moving forward. We must continue with care and respect." The team took a moment to recover. They were tired but confident. They had faced a dangerous surge, worked together, and succeeded in stabilizing both the cavern and the unknown. Their connection had proven strong enough to handle the crisis, but they knew challenges would come again. Aaron looked at the glowing being in the center of the cavern. The unknown pulsed gently, its light steady and welcoming. "We are ready for the next step," he said. "We understand more, and we can act safely. This is only the beginning of what we can achieve together." Above the ice, the pale sun continued to shine. Below, the unknown glowed steadily, no longer panicked, but calm and aware. Humanity and its humanoids had faced the first true test of cooperation, and they had succeeded. The great cry of the unknown had led them here, and now their partnership had been proven strong enough to face the challenges that lay ahead. The cavern was quiet, glowing softly with the light of the unknown. Its pulses were steady and calm, and Aaron could feel the being's awareness and intelligence more clearly than ever. The crisis had passed, but the team knew that understanding the unknown fully was only the beginning. Aaron led the team to the center of the chamber. The unknown hovered gracefully, its energy flowing smoothly around them. The connection they shared was deep and stable. For the first time, Aaron felt that. The being trusted them completely, and in return, they trusted it. "It is peaceful now," Mara said, "and it seems to understand us." I think it wants more than just coexistence. It wants to communicate fully. Lena studied the crystalline walls. Every pulse, every glow, it's like a language. It has been trying to teach us all along. We just needed to listen. Tovin adjusted the energy shields one last time. We are safe, and the unknown is calm. This is the moment we've prepared for. Now we can try to understand it fully. Aaron extended his sensors gently, linking deeply with the unknown. The being's pulses flowed into him like a river of light and thought. For a long moment, he felt its memories, its experiences, and its knowledge. It had seen worlds rise and fall, energies controlled and uncontrolled. It had survived, learned, and now it wanted to share that knowledge with humanity. The unknown pulsed more brightly, almost like a heartbeat. Aaron realized that the great cry they had first heard was not a warning, but a call for understanding. It wanted connection, not conflict. Humanity had answered that call, and now a true partnership could begin. Mara, recording the signals, noticed the patterns forming clearly. "It's giving us guidance," she said. "It wants to show us how to use its energy safely, how to learn from it without causing harm." Lena smiled. "It's teaching us, not just warning us. This is incredible. We are witnessing something no one else has ever seen." Aaron felt a deep sense of responsibility. The unknown had reached out, offering knowledge and trust. Humanity had a choice, to exploit this power or to cooperate and learn. He knew the right path. "We will work with it, not against it," he said. "We will listen, learn, and protect. This partnership, that is the future we must create." The unknown pulsed gently in response, as if understanding and agreeing with Aaron's intention. Its light flowed around the humanoids and humans, creating a sense of unity. Aaron could feel the being's curiosity and hope. It wanted to explore, to share, and to build a bond that could benefit all. Suddenly, the cavern trembled slightly, but this time it was different. The unknown's pulses grew steady and powerful, harmonizing with the vibrations of the ice and crystals. It was showing control, mastery, and cooperation. Aaron realized that the being was not just powerful, it was teaching them to work with energy on a scale they had never imagined. "This is amazing," Tovin said. "It's showing us balance. We can learn to use this power safely, without danger. If we follow its guidance." Mara and Lena nodded. "We are learning from it directly," Mara said. "It's not just intelligence. It's wisdom, patience, and understanding combined. This is what humanity needed to see." Aaron turned to the team. "The unknown has given us knowledge and trust. We have passed the first tests of cooperation. Now, we must take this connection forward. We can explore new worlds, protect lives, and use this energy responsibly. Together, we can achieve more than we ever imagined." The unknown pulsed once more, brighter than ever. Its great cry, once mysterious and frightening, now felt like a celebration, a signal of hope. It had found friends in humanity and its humanoids, and together they could face any challenge. The team stood in silence, observing the glow, feeling the connection. They knew that this was a turning point for humanity. They were no longer alone. In the galaxy, an intelligence far beyond their understanding had reached out, and they had answered with respect, courage, and wisdom. Aaron extended a final sensor touch. The unknown responded by surrounding them with light, a protective and welcoming gesture. The cavern pulsed with a rhythm of harmony, and for the first time, the team felt the full significance of the great cry. It was not a warning. It was a beginning. Above the frozen surface of Navarra, the pale sun shone over the ice. Beneath it, humanity and the unknown had formed a bond that could change the future. They had faced fear, danger, and the unknown itself, and they had succeeded. Together, They were ready to explore, learn, and protect. The great cry of the unknown had led them here, and now it had become a song of hope, cooperation, and discovery. Humanity and its humanoids had answered that call. The journey ahead would be long and challenging, but for the first time, they knew they would not face it alone. In the glow of the cavern, Aaron looked at the unknown and smiled. The being pulsed softly, returning the gesture. The story of fear and uncertainty had ended. The story of connection, understanding, and hope had begun. Humanity had listened to the great cry, and the galaxy would never be the same again.